friends, I am Santratto from Start Digitech. Today I will talk about the edge computing. The edge computing is the most trending technological buzzword today, and everyone is talking about edge computing. If you go to the internet, if you check in Google, so everybody is now concerned with the edge computing. For nearly a decade now, the centralized cloud computing system has been the standard offering in the IT services platform. The people are using it as a new technology. Everyone is talking about the cloud. People who are having the automation, who are having the IoT. The cloud was the options, and it was the standard practices of having cloud or offering cloud through the different cloud service providers. In the recent days, there has been an explosion of the data due to the exponential growth of the IoT devices or the Internet of Things devices or the devices with IoT enabled or IoT capabilities. So these sensors, IoT sensors, are increasing in a rapid space, and due to that, huge amount of the data, explosion of the data is occurring. And this data, with this explosion of data, with the increasing demand of data, there is also another demand of that real-time processing of that data. So how it is important? Let me explain you. So we are using cloud. So why we cannot do it through cloud? But what are the limitations of the cloud? If the data is increased, all along we have heard that cloud means huge data. It can store huge amount of data. So why we are thinking about some other technology? So I'll explain it. Suppose this amount of the data, huge amount of the data, everybody is generating. Not only you, me, or the factories. Even the individual person is generating huge amount of the data. And this data needs to go to the centralized location or the cloud. So now you can understand, if the data volume is increasing, what is the most important effect it will have? Obviously, it will consume the maximum bandwidth. When everybody is generating the data and that much of data is going to cloud, everybody is consuming bandwidth, and obviously it will affect the speed. It will affect the speed of movement of data to cloud. And you can now imagine, after getting that data, only cloud can do the computation or the processing, and after the processing only it will send the data. Again, the data needs to travel through the network to you. So that is the latency. With the increase of the data, this latency time is also increasing. So now there is a huge need of real-time processing, and this need or demand in forcing all the technological giants to rethink about your cloud architecture, to rethink the cloud architecture from the centralized version to the distributed version. I'm not saying there's the elimination of cloud. So okay, let me explain it. The introduction of edge is not because of the elimination of cloud, or introduction of edge is not the elimination of cloud or obsolescence of cloud. It is an added version of cloud, or you can say it's the added advantages or benefits of the cloud. Cloud was centralized. Now with the help of edge, the cloud will be decentralized. And even if you think that way also, in cloud is having three services: IaaS, SaaS, PaaS. PaaS and SaaS is till now very relevant. It will be relevant throughout the years. In IaaS only, IaaS means infrastructure as a service. In IaaS only, the edge computing is sharing. Edge computing has come up, and it is sharing the benefits of IaaS. And obviously it is giving far more benefits than the cloud. Now the limitations of cloud. Basically, if you see, as I explain you, the data is increasing, so it may affect the speed. So there is a simple formula you can draw out of this all discussion. That is, data volume is proportional to speed. The speed is proportional to the processing, because only after getting the data from the network or from the devices through the network, the cloud can do the computing or cloud can do the processing. So that processing is depending upon the speed of the network. So the formula is data volume proportional to speed, proportional to your processing speed, proportional to the response time, because only after processing, again, that feedback or the response will come from the cloud to you. So that feedback from the cloud is directly depending on the data volume. So now as the data volume is increasing, so there is a demand of this local processing, or the processing the data within the factory floor or locally where the data is generated is increasing day by day. That is why the edge computing has came into the picture. So now I'll give you the simple definition of edge computing. Edge computing is nothing but a distributed concept of computing system where the data will be stored, computed, processed, kept locally in the factory floor or near the devices where the data is generated and where the data can be consumed. The data is stored by the device which is generating it, and data is possibly processed by the device itself or any processor nearby that device. It should be done locally. Now I'll give you one example to illustrate this, to explain this. Imagine a case of self-driving car. The car is going on the road and it is continuously streaming the live data to the cloud and it is going on. And suddenly there is an emergency situation or any accident happened. So what the vehicle will do, it will wait for the response from the cloud, because the data is going to the cloud. Now the cloud has to compute, or cloud has to process that data and come to a conclusion or the decision and feed the decision back to the car. Only after getting the feedback from that cloud only the car will take the action. So now you can understand the criticality of this situation, where a single millisecond delay in the decision making can create a havoc. It can have a disaster effect if there is a delay in the decision or you can say the action by the car. So in that situation you cannot simply depend on the network, you cannot simply depend on the cloud. So that's why the edge computing came into the picture, and the ideal situation would be the car should keep the priority data or the basic operational data. Suppose in case of the car it should be stop, start, accelerating. So those data should be available with the car locally, and the car should be capable of process that data and take the decision by itself. And the goal of the edge computing also that to reduce that latency time and do the operations on the real time basis. Now for the next level, how much data to keep locally, how much data to transfer to cloud, that decision has to be taken by factories. So how we will take that decision? If it is in the factory, we know the people who are expert in process, they can guide us. The next level, I think we should not depend on any human intervention for the selection, prioritization of the data. There should be the AI in the local server who can analyze the data and set the priority. According to that priority only, the data can be shared with the cloud, and how much data, what data should be kept locally and which data should send into the cloud, the decision should be taken by AI. AI, as you know, artificial intelligence, it has that much of intelligence to do that on the priority basis. So now coming to our segment, automation and drive, or in the factory floor. So for last few years I was getting the idea by some videos of some MNCs that in the coming future or within 10 to 15 years the many of the things in the automation world is going to obsolete. The first one is HMI. That you need not to have the HMI in your factory. You need not to have the SCADA in your factory. Some videos to go that extent that they are saying that you need not to have the PLC in the factory floor. The PLC, SCADA, HMI is not required as a hardware in your factory. Then I was literally very confused that then how the operations will be. The idea was that the sensors will have the IoT enabled sensors, they will have the capability to send the data to cloud directly, and the data will go to cloud. The cloud will have a soft PLC into that. The cloud will take the decision, or the soft PLC will take the decision, and again the decision will come to the actuators directly. So my point was that means you only, in that case you don't need to keep any HMI or SCADA or anything. You only need a device, mobile or laptop or PC which is having internet. From anywhere, any place, you will just put the ID and the username, you will enter in the cloud, you will see the data, and that much is required. You need not to maintain any asset. It was good for IT services, but for automation, especially in the factory automation, so this was really absurd to digest. So I was thinking all along, but now the technological giants and the industry trend is also saying that it is not possible to export everything on the internet. Suppose I will give you one sarcastic example to explain it. Yeah, the example is very ridiculous and sarcastic, but I will give it to explain it actually what the scenario they were looking for. Means we are thinking, suppose in your office you are having a fire alarm management system, and you are having smoke detectors, and you are having the motors to run the pump, and the motors are having smart IoT based starter. So now the smoke detectors or the motion detectors will directly give the data to cloud. The processing will be, or computation will be done in the cloud, and the cloud will give the data to that actuators or the smart starters. Now suddenly a fire happened. There happened a fire. The smoke detector will detect the smoke and will give the data to cloud. Now cloud will compute the data and give the data to feedback or the response to the smart starter, IoT based starter, to start the motor to run the pump. Now suppose the network is down. The data will never go to cloud, or the response from the cloud will never come to the motor to start. So you can understand what the situation will be. So I have explained it in a very layman's language. I guess you understood it. And so this can be the situation. So from the very first day, I am telling you that eliminating the PLC is not possible. You cannot export the brain to cloud and depend on network, and there are so many limitations. Edge, there are the added benefits, added structures are coming where we can use that in our factory floors. So, and if you go to the Google, if you Google it, edge computing, you will get n number of site, n number of data, and if you check the facility or the benefit, the n number of benefits. But I will broadly touch 3 benefits which are mainly relevant to us. One is your real-time processing of the data. Real-time processing of the data, the moment data is required to be processed, it will be processed. So real-time processing, there will be no latency. Second one is independent processing. This is very important. The processing of the data should not depend on a third party. It should not depend on someone else. Independent processing of the data, that is reliability. It will be more reliable. Even the network is disconnected, it doesn't mean anything. The data processing will happen. And third one is privacy. Privacy is also there in the cloud, but here there are many big companies are there who don't want to share their data to the third party cloud service providers. So in that case also they will keep their data private, and you need not to share those data which you don't want to share. So that way the edge computing will give the benefit to us. Actually it's a huge subject, and summarizing everything in one video is really tough. I tried my best. I hope you got a basic idea of what the edge computing is, and I'll try to make another video on edge. Let's see, if possible I'll do that. Thank you. Till the next video. Bye.